For centuries, humanity has pondered its own existence. Many turn to religion, some to science, and few to philosophy. Each tackle the question uniquely, finding the meaning of life in faith, biological advancements, or intellectual enlightenment. Certainly these contemplations are an amusing way to pass the time, but in reality the universe couldn't care less what an individual conceives. We are born, we live, we die, and by and large, nothing will have changed. Shakespeare hints at existential nihilism in Macbeth. He writes, "Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing." Some, like Immanuel Kant, believe that the meaning of life is to live with a sense of duty towards humanity, to follow the golden maxim, the categorical imperative. Kant believed one should always do what is right and must follow a priori reasoning in determining what is in fact right. This duty, though well-intentioned and thoughtfully conceived, asserts no more meaning to life than belief in God. The idea of right and wrong are man-made. A bobcat won't stop and reflect on the moral impact of eating a farm chicken. As Friedrich Nietzsche writes, every belief, every considering something true, is necessarily false because there is simply no true world. In this truthless world, life has no objective purpose. Science argues that life has biological purpose, but this is not the case. Biological purpose is natural selection and evolution, certain features of an organism evolving to survive the environment. Life, however, precedes evolution, and thus life's purpose is not biological. The only other form of purpose is instrumental purpose. For example, a hammer's purpose is to affix nails, and instrumental purposes require a creator. Instrumental purpose of life requires a God. Presuming a God does exist, he must be a living God in order to have the physical agency to create life. Many religions believe in a living God, from Christianity to Judaism to Islam. Consequently, many notable philosophers, such as Aristotle, believe that God created man. However, a living God cannot have created life, because in order to do so, he must have had already been alive. Life must have already existed, and thus has neither instrumental nor biological purpose. Consequently, without purpose, life is devoid of meaning. Why then should life of an individual continue? As Albert Camus writes in The Myth of Sisyphus, there is only one really serious philosophical question, and that is suicide. Although life itself has no meaning, this is not to say that an individual cannot live meaningfully. In fact, the meaninglessness of life provides bountiful freedoms to an individual. Once one understands the absurdity of the universe, they can go about living how they wish to live. Some may live to seek happiness and flourish, others to replicate and reproduce. Some will challenge oppression, some will seek pleasure, some will create joy for others. The meaninglessness of life gives the individual agency to exist on their own terms. As Jean-Paul Sartre wrote in his lecture, Existentialism is a Humanism, existence precedes essence. We don't come into being with a predetermined path. We are born, we exist, and that is when we develop our essence. How we choose to live our lives is entirely up to us.